Just had an early dinner, man. I have my dinner around like 6:30, 7 o'clock, man. Forget about all that 9 o'clock shit. That's too late. I go to sleep early anyway. Feel what I'm saying? I go to sleep early anyway. I keep drinking water, man. I am thirsty, 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 thirsty. Nah, you know what, bro? I'm gonna get straight to the chase, man. I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. Right now I'm a bit dehydrated, so I gotta keep on sipping on that water. I see a lot of men out here straight up desperate, man. You know, the West is really tough. The dating scene in America is it's real tough, man. You know, it's causing guys to go overseas, causing guys to gym max, causing guys to go on diets. You know, causing guys to get their money on. You know what I'm saying? And to money max. You know, it's causing guys to do that, man. Because nobody wants to be left out in the cold, man. And a lot of guys that go overseas, man, with their heart on their shoulder, just looking for love, man, and getting played in the process too by those women out there, knowing that you're desperate. You know, when I drink, man, the desperation comes out. I ain't had no drink tonight, man. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But desperation, you know where desperation comes from? It comes from not getting enough of something. And it's a natural human emotion. You feel what I'm saying? You're not getting enough of something, you yearn for it. You miss it a lot. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of guys are desperate out here, man. You know. And the thing is, what I say always, get the bag. You'll never be alone. And I meant that, bro. That's the only way you can really get up out of your situation and get that money right. Get that money right, man. You'll never be alone. That's how you gotta spend time building yourself, man. So you won't be left out in the cold. You feel what I'm saying? You know, Some dudes gotta work harder. That's just the honest truth right there, man. To attract females. Like me, I'm trying to drop weight. I'm trying my best to stay away from the alcohol, man. You know, and I look a lot better when I don't drink, man. In the face and everything. I keep my weight under control. You know, when I'm gym max, I get dates and stuff. It's just like you gotta maintain that competitive spirit throughout your whole entire life. Or you gonna get left alone, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why this female, she's acting stupid, man. That's the reason why I don't really want to deal with older females, man. I was talking to this one female out here, bro. She walking around like she don't even know me no more. I must have had said something to her bad. I didn't say nothing bad to her, man. Whatever. That's why I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna start dealing with younger females, man. You know, cause you older females, you too scarred from the past. You know. Anyway, like I said, man, the dating scene out here has left a lot of dudes out in the cold, man. You know, all the dudes who are not prepared. You know, all the dudes who are not, you know, on that money max. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't making themselves better, they got left out in the cold, man. Nowadays, it has gotten, you know, way more competitive than it has gotten way more competitive than it has ever been, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's why a lot of us can't afford to be fat. We can't afford to be chunky cheeks. You know, we can't afford to have guts, beer guts. It's too competitive. Feel what I'm saying? It's way too competitive. And you know what? Ain't no way out of this mess but the bag, bro. I keep preaching that, man, because that's the only way and that's the only thing that can save you from this highly competitive dating market. It's either get a bag and stay here or get a bag and go overseas. You got to do something. You know, I'm down with both. Get a bag here, go overseas, come back, make some more money, and go back overseas again. You know what I'm saying? Or just stay here and become a millionaire here, man. Do something. Just don't just do nothing and just wait for time to pass you by. You know, the other day I was looking at Savvy Guy's video, and there was some guy who was 60 years old who left a comment and said, I'm 60 years old and I still haven't met the love of my life. I said, God damn, man. You let 60 years go by. You didn't even try to get you a passport or something? At least like some of these passport bros are trying to do something about, you know, at least these passport bros are trying to do something about their situation by relocating. You know what I'm saying? But to sit there on the internet and say you're 60 and you never met the love of your life, that means, bro, you didn't do nothing about your situation, bro. What's up with it, George? And you're desperate, you're lonely. Yeah, but at the same time, bro, we gotta work on ourselves, man. That's the only way that you can come out of it, man. There's no other way. I see the desperation in these dudes' eyes going overseas, man. Let these females, clean their fucking bank account out. Clean their fucking bank account out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up, man. But you gotta roll with the punches, man. You know, I mean, if a guy that's sub 5 like David can solve the problem that he was in, you can do that shit too, bro. It's the fact that he got off his ass and went overseas and got him a wife and brought her back to the U.S. Her name is Annie. I mean, if you haven't looked at that show with David and Annie, yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. He got tired of the jerking off lonely nights. He got tired of being lonely. Got tired. He got tired of not having sex. He went out there and he solved this problem, bro. He just didn't you know, stay here and rot away. Dude got off his ass and went out there and got him a wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, he ain't having a glorious life where he's, having a bunch of women and shit, but at least he's he's getting his fucking willy wet every now and then. And they had a children. They had a kid together. You feel what I'm saying? And they still together. That was like a decade ago. That show was a decade ago, bro. Annie, she's definitely like 30 something now. He's like in his 50s. You feel what I'm saying? I followed them. I looked at every single show. But this guy did something about the situation that he was in, man. He didn't sit there and just ride. He said, man, I'm going overseas. I'm going to save up money, and get a ring and shit. That's what you do. If you're a guy that feel like you need to settle down and have a kid or whatever, that's what you do. Go overseas, get you a woman. Don't get her too pretty, though. You know what I'm saying? Get you a nice 6. Bring her over here to the U.S., man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got money for the ring. Save money for the wedding and shit like that. I say about get her like a $10,000 ring, man. 10 grand. You gotta take care of her. And see, that's the thing too, man. Going overseas and hustling too, that takes a little bit of hustle too, man, because you gotta save money and you gotta make sure you got stable income to take care of her when she comes over here. You know what I'm saying? That's even a hustle within itself. That means you gotta self-improve to take care of a family. You make enough money to take care of a family over here. You see what I'm saying? So that takes work. So I see why a lot of guys ain't really did that yet. That takes a lot of money. But not a lot of money. It takes stability. Like this one guy, he went to the Philippines. I don't know why he went out there and got a single mother, but I stopped following him, man. But he went out there, got him a wife from the Philippines, and brought her back to the U.S. They had a kid together and stuff here in the Matrix, but he owned a restaurant though. You feel what I'm saying? He owned a restaurant, so he already had his little thing going on here, man. And she just added on to the thing that he's doing, which is owning a restaurant. But he saw he was having problems. Dude, what, 50? You know what I'm saying? He in his 50s. He older than me. He said, man, I'm having problems getting these young females. I'm having a hard time. He went overseas. He said, fuck that, bro. I'm solving my problem that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? But don't do nothing your whole entire life, and expect things to come to you. No, you gotta get off your ass and get it, man. It's not gonna come to you. That means you gotta look to owning a business or something, before you go out there looking for a wife to bring her back to to the U.S. Or you're gonna be a lonely dude talking about, yeah, I'm 60 and I'm still, haven't I still haven't met the love of my life. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes are, and I understand the West is tough, bro. Like if you're not on your shit out here, bro, you're gonna get left in the dust. If you ain't on top of your money game, if you ain't tall, chadish, or Tyromish, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle, man. It's tough. It's real. Dating here is tough because men make it competitive out here, man. It's not the women. It's the men going and go get bags and, you know, making a whole lot of money and making sure they got the best car and the best house. There's tons of dudes out here getting the money, man. That's why you're having the problems. Dudes out here, look, this is one guy over here that I'm competing with. He's not really a Chad, but Shorty Pants is back and she's back working in Starbucks right now. And every now and then I see tall, 6 foot, Chad. Well, he's not a Chad, but he's like a tall dude, you know what I'm saying? And he comes to see her every now and then. He even has coffee with her, and I could tell she likes him a little bit just by the way she wear her clothes around him and shit. Fucking, clothes, fucking showing a skin all right here, just looking like a goddamn tramp. That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, look at that broad, looking like a goddamn tramp around that Chad, But he has a nice Jeep, man. He got his shit together, man. You feel what I'm saying? I seen his Jeep. His Jeep is cool, man. And that Jeep is at least about $70,000, man, $80,000. That means he got his shit together. Man, motherfucker got an $80,000 car. He got his shit together. He got a good job, motherfuckers. Look, man, there's so many motherfuckers out here that got good jobs, but it's easy to get lost in the sauce. I knew that when the tech industry came through over here in the Bay Area. That made dating even tougher, bro. I even went out on somebody, man, about these motherfuckers coming over to the Bay Area, making dating nearly impossible for the average man. Like, I remember I was telling you about that guy that I was driving when I was working for Uber and Lyft and shit, and me and him got into an argument because I talked about his goddamn job, man. I know I got a 1-star rating because of that, but I was so pissed off at you techies coming over here, making the dating scene just more competitive. Yeah, you're competing with the tech guys over here. That's why it's so goddamn competitive. Even this one guy was saying like, "Ooh, the Bay Area, them techies, man. You competing with the techies over there, man. Well, good luck." That explains why I've been single for 8 years. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to compete with them, on every level. If I win a big enough jackpot, I'll be a force to be reckoned with. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be a force to be reckoned with. But you gotta understand something, man. Like, your loneliness can last forever. But your suffering going toward the bag can only last a few years. You feel what I'm saying? So don't sit there and just suffer forever, guys. Get out there and compete. Get out there. If you want to get into a fucking career or whatever, do that. I mean, it's better than no bag, right? A school bag is better than no bag. You want to become an actor or a comedian? You want to be involved in the music industry? Do it. Start getting out there and start chasing. Because I'm not here to be like, oh, well, it's over. Just forget about it. Don't fight. Just sit down and lay down and rot to death. Stay alone forever. That's not me, bro. I'm working toward my goal, man. I don't want to be here forever. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be here forever. Stuck here. And the moment I do get my bag, I'm going overseas and I'm going to start a relationship. I've been reading a lot of stories of guys trying to go overseas, trying to live by themselves, and that loneliness get to them, man. You feel what I'm saying? That loneliness kicking the door like, poof, I'm here, bitch. My name is loneliness. And if you stay alone if you stay alone long enough, I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? You can try to stay alone by yourself, but go ahead, be my guest. When that loneliness start knocking at the door, you gonna know what's up. You gonna know what's up. Cause men get lonely too, man. We ain't robots. We ain't machines, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Men get lonely too. It's the fact that some dudes just lie down and rot. They just like, I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to better myself. I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm like, bro, like getting the bag is only gonna last a few years. Loneliness, if you ain't doing nothing with your life, if you ain't trying to chase no bag, it'll last a lifetime. You're gonna go to the grave just by yourself, rotting away, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that me, when I'm chasing the bag, I know it's only a certain amount of time before I'll hit another one, man. It's only a certain amount of time before I hit another one. And then boom, going overseas, no loneliness anymore happening. I'm overseas for a full-fledged 5 years, man. I got me a brand new girlfriend, brand new dog. I'm living in a big ass apartment building or a condo. I rent it out, and I'm out there for like a long time. And you know what I'm saying? And then if I really like my wife or my girlfriend, I bring her back to the U.S., man. And I think I plan to get married in one of those countries. You know what I'm saying? She won't be too young though. You know what I'm saying? Like 22, I don't know. That's too goddamn young. I say around 25, sweet spot. Around 25, 30-year-old, you know what I'm saying? That's a sweet spot for me. And I know I ain't like the one to be talking about marriage, because we just talked about marriage just recently, but I'm talking about overseas. I'm getting married overseas. I'm not getting married in America. You know what I'm saying? Two different things. Women got a hard time. Women got a hard time with loyalty and staying committed. The moment she don't like you no more, she wants a divorce. And you can't control none of that, man. You can't control whenever she divorces you, man, over here in the States. You know what I'm saying? You can get divorced too overseas, man. Don't get me wrong. But it's more likely for you to stay together, man. Especially if she's dependent on you. You gotta make sure a female is dependent on you, man. Depending on you to bring home the bacon. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hear the loneliness tales and stuff. Lately, I've been looking at videos and stuff, and I'm seeing a lot of guys going through a lot of loneliness. And they going over there to Thailand or to the Philippines with their heart on their shoulder, because they ain't getting no love over here. And they easy to fall in love with a female. And I find that me too, man. I done scared a couple of women out here, bro. I just recently scared one away. I don't know. One female I was talking to, man, I think I scared her away a little bit, man. She acting like she don't know me no more. I guess I showed too much desperation. But I was drinking at the time, so when I drink, my desperation kicks in the door. It shows motherfuckers how I really feel. Feel what I'm saying? I'm getting older too, and that's the hurtful thing too. It's like you're getting older, you're losing your looks, you're losing your physical ability. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't have a girlfriend or nobody living with you. You don't have a wife. You don't got nothing. You have nothing, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm so chasing the bag right now, to make sure I don't become old and lonely. You feel what I'm saying? Sorry, guys. It's cold out here. It went from hot to cold, like really, really fast. You know what I'm saying? Them birds, they ate that chips. Them birds, they tore them chips up. Damn. They know when I come over here to feed them too, man. So I be feeding them birds chips all the time. And I bring them a bag of chips. And they know when I show up, they all get into the fence. And they look at me from a distance. And once I put the chips on the ground and shit, they come running. Or they come flying in. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you got to do something about your loneliness. That means you got to put in a little bit of work, and don't get lazy, because it's worth it in the end, man. Whether you're trying to hit a jackpot or you're trying to become a stand-up comedian, trying to get into show business, like what's the name said, Reggie said, and he was talking to Eddie Murphy in Another Professor. He was like, man, sit down, man. You ain't in show business. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure, bro. You gotta make sure you take the necessary steps so you won't be alone. Like me, I'm quitting the drinking shit, bro. It makes me look better. I keep my weight under control. I'm trying to attract, so I don't want to get in my own way. So you keep on drinking, or you gonna be by yourself for the rest of your life, or you're gonna have an early grave. You feel what I'm saying? You want to live longer, quit the drinking, bro. Plus, especially when you about to start a family, bro. Your kids need to be around to see you, man. Don't fuck up shit. What's up with it, Jamie in the house? You feel what I'm saying? Oh, they're fighting over food. Anyway, like I said, bro, it's mind over matter, really. Like, you're gonna have to put in some work, okay, to get out of your situation. Even to like go overseas and get a wife and come back here, you gotta make sure you're providing for her. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take some work. Going overseas, staying out there, that's gonna take a little bit of self-improvement. Saving money ain't gonna work. A lot of guys, they saved $100,000 and they came back 3 or 5 years later broke to the matrix. I've been hearing stories of guys going over there blowing thousands on women out there because they so fucking lonely. And it gets older. I mean, as you get older, it gets worse. The loneliness gets worse as you age. When women come around my channel and they try to like talk shit about, my loneliness and stuff like that, or like when they try to make videos about me, being lonely, or especially when I'm on this bag chase, because I ain't got nobody else to, by my side right now. When they try to shame me or try to talk about me, I'm like, well, you bitches are women. You can, you bitches can find a man just like that. Especially if the female's decent looking. She don't have to be single. Women choose to be single. There's a lot of men that's like forced to be single. You feel what I'm saying? Because they can't find a relationship. I struggled throughout the years when I was out there dating before the pandemic. Even when I came down to low percentage body fat, six pack, everything, using enhancements, I was still struggling. Now I was getting attention, but I wasn't getting no commitments. So I was desperate like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So women don't have that problem. So I don't want to hear no female come around my channel talking shit about what men go through. You're not going through it. You're not a fucking man. So shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Because they, a lot of these females, the women who made videos about me a while back, they was taking my videos, right, that I was saying about being lonely and, being a loner. They was taking that videos, they was making fun of me and shit. But I'm like, you motherfucking hoes are females. You can get a man just like that with the snap of your fingers. Us men, it takes a lot of work for us to get a girlfriend. First of all, we can't be broke. We gotta self-improve a bit. We gotta dress really nice. And we get a lot more no's on our end. You know what I'm saying? That's why men are not so picky, man. Because it's harder for us to get sex. It's harder for us to get relationships. Women can get a relationship just like that if she keeps on dating. You feel what I'm saying? Women can get into relationships easier than men can. I was out here being desperate as hell when I was dating. Before the pandemic. I was dating fat women. I was dating women who were small and scrawny, like sub 5 stalker. You know what I'm saying? Them females, they just really small and scrawny. They don't have no body to them. No butt, no ass, no curves. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that was available to me when I was dating. And I was so desperate. I scared so many women away. And I continue to do so. My desperate ass. And you can't help it, right? You try not to show your desperation, but it comes out. Especially if you're drinking. Especially if you're on the alcohol tip. You feel what I'm saying? That's a natural human emotion. Don't fucking make fun of men for struggling. You out here making fun of me because I'm struggling? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That's why I don't listen to what females say, man. Because they're not living in our world. They're not struggling to get sex. Men are. And we got to be the best and compete with each other to get it. You feel what I'm saying? We got to be superstars to get sex on the regular. We got to get married. Some dudes think getting married will solve the problem. But actually, getting married in the West will make things worse. You feel what I'm saying? So they're not living in our world. They're not living the male. They're not seeing the world through our eyes, man. Because let me tell you, if I was a female, bro, you think I'll be single right now? Hell no. And I'm single by choice. Yeah, me too, man. But in my mind, all of my fucking options I don't like. You see what I'm saying? And the ones I do like, the options that I do like, they're all taken up by boyfriends and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? It's highly competitive out here, man. And I forget that sometimes in my mind, I think I'm forced to be single, right? Because you're living in California, man. But then I think about it. I was like, wait a minute. Sub 5 stalker was trying to get into a relationship with me, and you didn't want it. You felt like you was too good for sub 5 stalker. But I'm just not used to that mouthy type of shit that she was giving me, man. That's why I blocked her. I didn't want a relationship with her. But sometimes you feel like you're forced. Now I'm not forced. I can probably find a relationship, but it probably won't last long. It'd be short-lived if I got into a relationship right now. All this competition out here. I'll go over here real quick and take a whiz. You know what I'm saying? And when I start talking about the gloom and doom, everybody kicking the door. I stopped doing the gloom and doom for a little bit, because females would come around my channel, making fun of my videos and stuff. See, and that's why he'll never find nobody. You see what I'm saying? And you don't know what it is to be a man. Men have a hard time finding sex, or a harder time finding sex than women. We gotta put the extra effort in to be able to get sex on the regular. We gotta be millionaires, or we gotta be Chad or Tyrone. If you're an average guy, man, you're gonna struggle. You got average looking, you're gonna struggle. That means you gotta build a career, or you gotta go out there and get the bag in order to have a sex life that an average woman has. Shit, an average woman got more pull than an average man. You feel what I'm saying? That's why, that's why it's so hard for men to get sex. You got so many men in your country. You got so much competition. Like, I remember I was dealing with a single mother a while back, and that was really my only outlet for sex. You feel what I'm saying? But the moment I screwed up somehow, and she wanted to give me the boot, I just messed up one time. And all of a sudden, she want to kick me to the curb. I'm like, well, okay, bitch, leave me alone then. Fuck it. Go back to your rappers and your bad boys. That's what she was dating anyway. Dating these Bay Area rappers out here. She was a video hoe, man. You know what I'm saying? She was still dating those dudes, man. Still dating RBX Posse, some guy from the RBX Posse. One of the Bay Area rappers, man. And she was over here dating Spice One and shit. I saw pictures of her, Drew Down. She was dating Drew Down for like years. Okay? And dating Spice One. You know what I'm saying? Well, she was a video hoe that I was dealing with, man. You know what I'm saying? So she can like, she got a row of motherfuckers, or a line of motherfuckers that she can call and get sex from. I didn't have a whole lot of options like her. Women got more options than men, bro. Believe it or not, the average woman got more options than the average man. You feel what I'm saying? So when I hear women talking, say, oh, well, you have to deal with your loneliness and do this. I'm like, well, you know what? Guess what? You don't know what it's like to be a man. If you struggle to get sex, you see what I'm talking about. If you're a woman and you struggle to get sex, you'll be like, damn, or how about this? Spend like at least a month in a man's body and see how difficult it is for you to get sex and companionship, especially in a highly competitive date market, here in the West. You feel what I'm saying? So if you ain't up on game, your female will get rid of you quick, man. Even the fat chick had more fucking options than me. I'm like, what the hell? This broad gave me an ultimatum, man. I remember I was dating her. It was right at the beginning of the pandemic. We first started like wearing masks. So I'm dating her. I'm having sex with her. I really didn't enjoy all of that, man, because she had too much weight, man. But it was the dating scene was so goddamn hard. I mean, what are my options, right? So I'm dating this chick, and man, the female had rolls, you know what I'm saying? She fat, her breath stink, and I had to deal with that shit, bro. I mean, her breath stink because of her braces, I think. She wasn't cleaning her bracelets. And, you know, at the end of the relationship, or the end of the fling or whatever, she gave me an ultimatum. Because she was like, okay, what are we? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend or what? And I was like, no. I didn't say that, but I was just like, I was hesitating. And then she ended up bouncing. She ended up leaving. she ended she ended up, because I guess she got options, like, even a fat woman got more options than a jack buff motherfucker, bro. Yeah. You ever notice that? A woman that's overweight can pull more dudes than a buff jack motherfucker that's average looking. That's why you gotta work your way up to celebrity status. That's why you gotta get that bag, so you can always keep a woman around. So once you get that bag, bro, you always keep a woman around, bro. And you giving them ultimatum, like, hey, if you ain't gonna do this, I'm gonna find me another woman. You give them an ultimatum, because you get tired of ultimatums, bro. Are we in a relationship? I'm like, no, it's only been like what? I only dated her for like a month or two, and she already wanted to be in a relationship with me? No, you're fat. You need to lose weight. At the time, I was jacked. I was on the trend and shit, bro. I was cycling. I was at low percentage body fat. And I had six-pack abs and everything. And she was fat, bro. You see how hard it is for men to get sex. She was one of my only options. She was one of my only options, bro. And I had to go with it. Shit. And then when I left her, when she left me, I had a drought. I was like, fuck, I gotta find something else. And then I found another, I think I found another female. No, I went back to messing with the single mother, with the retarded son. I went back to messing with her. You know what I'm saying? And then me and her got into it. And then I went to be by myself again. It ain't like I had a bunch of women just lined up, ready to fuck me like that. You feel what I'm saying? I went back to a drought. I was like, fuck, it's gonna take me a while to find something else. And then I think I was at the gym or something like that. Females out here, man, like they get pissed off when you don't open the door for them. They're so pampered, because so many guys are so lonely out here, bro, that they spending money and taking women out to like expensive dinners, opening doors, to the restaurant, opening the door when they exiting the restaurant, opening up doors to her car, and closing the door behind her. I guess she was used to that, but I wasn't doing that, so I wasn't simping like that for her. And she like, you didn't even open the door you didn't even open the car door for me. How dare you? And I was like, damn, you didn't know how to open that motherfucker and get it in yourself? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, the simping has really gotten bad, bro. And the level of thirst is causing the simping, bro. You wonder why we got simps in our country, bro? It's because of the lack of sexual access that a lot of dudes have. They willing to simp just so they can get some coochie, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Fucking tap dancing and shit, simping. Simp, they way into a woman's heart and spend all kinds of money on her and shit like that. That's why you got a bunch of dinner whores and stuff that just want you just for a dinner. They want to take you out just to use you for your money and shit. And dudes are willing to spend because, like, goddamn, I'm lonely like a motherfucker. I might as well take Angela out to that high end restaurant. You feel me? What's up with it, Dorian? Feel what I'm saying? So a lot of guys get desperate, man, and I'm saying you women don't have that problem. You don't have the problem where you have to gym max, you have to money max, you have to do all kinds of things just so you can keep a female right by your side. Because it has gotten so competitive that dudes have to do all that. Bag chase, getting the bag, becoming rich and successful, just so they can have, intimacy on a regular basis. Where if one don't work out, I can find another one with the snap of my fingers. Just like that. Feel I'm I gotta wash my stuff. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Ugh. You know, it's Spice 17. Damn. No, Spice 1. that was a that was a Bay Area rapper that the single mother with the retarded son was seeing. She dated Spice 1. She's dated Drew Down. I'm like, God damn, bitch, you've been around. But because she has the coochie, but she can get intimacy on a regular basis if she wants to. And she's not a bad looking chick, man. I can see why they was dealing with her. You feel what I'm saying? She older and stuff now, but she's still looking good, man. She's not bad looking. She's a Filipino chick. She ain't bad looking, man. I had my way with her multiple times. But my main point is that us men have a hard time getting companionship, bro. We have a harder time getting that. That's why dudes go overseas, because they can get it just like that with the snap of their fingers. But they're gonna have to pay, but at the same time, it's gonna be a cheaper way. And us men, we need intimacy just like women do. You women, you need intimacy just like we do. When we struggle to get it, man, like I can be, I could be out here not even trying, and it'll be, a struggle for me. That's why I'm chasing the bag right now. So I can always have intimacy by my side. That's why Diddy was having all those freak offs. I was like, he was he needed it. I mean, look at the behavior of like celebrities, man. They always in and out of relationships. Look at that guy that just got married, man. Was it Travis? Forget his name, god damn it. Well, I'm gonna just say his first name because I can't remember his last name. Hellcat getting old, man. But look at him, man. He married that woman on the spot, bro. Because he was starving for intimacy, bro. He was starving for love, man. By the way, that guy is sub-5. He below average looking. This is not a real relationship. He is not on her looks level at all. You feel what I'm saying? The sun went down already. You know, he's not on. He's not. He's nowhere near her looks level, bro. He's not a Tyrone. He's not good looking. You know what I'm saying? The guy was starving. You feel what I'm saying? The guy was starving for companionship. The guy was starving for intimacy, bro. He was starving for that shit, bro. But it's gonna cost him a lot of money. She's gonna walk away with half of his fortune, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think that's worth it for me, man. You can get the intimacy, man, but protect your fortune, though. Yeah, you can be happy, but make sure you're happy protecting your fortune. And people think, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, but the OGs, man, we sitting back like, oh man, we done been down this road before. He making a huge mistake, but hey, he's a grown man. He can do whatever he want to do. But I'm letting you know, the OG like me will say that's the biggest mistake he could ever make. He gonna find that out in the long run. I was right about Jeannie Mai and Young Jeezy. I knew that relationship was gonna crumble. But we crave intimacy, man, and we have a hard time or a harder time getting into women. Women could make fun of us all they want to, but they don't know what it is to be a man, bro. And I'm already, man, I'm 45, man. My looks are already slipping, and they've been slipping for years. I'm just on a downward slope, you know. I'm on a downward slope, bro. It can only get worse with my looks from here. That's why I stopped drinking so much. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't want to look worse than I already look. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to look any worse than I look. I'm already 40, goddammit. 45. In about 5 more years, I'll be 50. If I make it here, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm making adjustments and changes, man, so I won't be lonely. Because lonely is a natural human emotion. Male and female, we got it. We get it. You see what I'm saying? What if it lasts forever, though? There's still a chance. There's something you don't know, bro, about a man with a lot of money. He's very young, bro. He's only 21 years old. Dorian. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the OG, bro. That relationship or that marriage ain't gonna last 5 years. It won't last 5 years. Women can only hide their true nature for so long. And already, you didn't see that part where she jerked her head back. He leaned in for a kiss, and she jerked her head back. She avoided a kiss from him. That's a huge red flag. She already went like this. You go look at the video, bro. The video went viral. There's a video of him and her leaning forward, and as he was leaning forward like this with his big ass lips and his sub 5 face, you know, when he was leaning forward with that sub 5 face and them big ass lips, she took a step back and she leaned back like it was the Matrix, bro. Go look at go look at that video, bro. You still ain't seen that video, huh? Of her avoiding a kiss with him. Like the Matrix. You had like the Matrix. That dude, he was dodging those bullets, and he was leaning backwards like this. He was going back. It was like that. I'm telling you, bro. The looks level, bro. It's not gonna last. You feel what I'm saying? Did Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons match last? Hell no. Did Jeannie Mai and Young Jeezy Marriage lasts? No. They got a divorce 5 years afterwards. You know, Jeannie Mai and Young Jeezy, 2 years. So it's like, dude, celebrity, they can try to do what poor people do, but when you got a lot of options at your man, nowadays the computer nowadays, you got a lot of options at your fingertips, man. You're gonna fall victim to some. Sure, he gonna get angry quick, cause that's what I used to be, man. When I was around 21, I used to get angry quick anger. But now I'm 45, man. It would take me like a lot to get worked up. it would take I don't get angry like right away, bro. Even with my sister, bro, I'm not quick to flash on her, man. Like when we got into an argument, or well, when things started getting heated, when I was at her house, I just walked out, man. I left. I wasn't gonna argue with her, man. We didn't really argue, man. I just saw her, get building up anger. I said, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. If I was younger, I would stood there and argue with her all day long about this shit. You feel what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying, bro, like the loneliness is causing a lot of guys to do that, bro. The lack of intimacy in a man's life will cause you to do what Travis did, bro. Lack of intimacy is causing a lot of these S-back guys to go over there to spend all their savings on a woman. The lack of having a woman around, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, the lonesomes kick in, bro. Like, you don't think that men get lonely? Men get lonely too. It's a lonesome road, especially if you're chasing the bag. Because ain't nobody by your side trying to hustle with you. You feel what I'm saying? You know? You chasing the bag, and, you got to do it alone. You got to do it solo. You know? Until you get the bag, then you'll have women by your side. Even if she's on your looks level. You feel what I'm saying? She'll be up by your side longer when you got the bag versus if you broke. See, men nowadays can't afford to be broke, bro. That's why I keep motherfuckers. And this time, with the highly competitive dating market, men can't afford to be broke. Okay, we gotta go up in here and use the outlet and charge his phone. I think my shit is every time I go in here I gotta buy stuff. I gotta buy things. They don't like you sitting in there not buying anything. So I'm gonna buy some chips real quick and continue to talk and stuff for only a few more minutes. Maybe like another half hour and I'm done. Thank you. Men make it competitive, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Men are like, I'm telling you, the reason why it is competitive in the date market is because men make it competitive. I gotta stop and buy something, man. Let me see if the line died down yet. And what motivates men to go out there to make money so they can have more coochie, man? Like you think it's competitive for no reason here in the West? Men are self-improving all over the place. And the dudes who don't compete, man, they're gonna get left in the dust, man. Even if you get your money right and go overseas, you're still competing. You're just competing on a different land. Hold on one second. Why do you think it's so competitive? Because of men. Other men make it competitive. Men are competing against other men. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, I could get the biggest car. I could get the biggest house. You know, I'm getting leg surgery so I could be taller. This dude's they like surgery maxing. You know, to be taller and so they can have an advantage over you. And every man is trying to find an advantage over the other man, man. Hold on one second. Yeah, that's why I stopped drinking so much, man, because this is a competition, bro. Gotta be sharp. You know, gotta be sharp. This is a real competition, bro. You know, so you gotta do what you can to compete against other men, bro. It's not gonna. If you're fat, bro, you already losing. If you're under 6 feet tall, you're losing. If you're broke, you're losing. You're already losing. That's why I'm still on this money chase, man. So that way I don't end up like a lot of guys out here, man, just lonely for no reason. That's what happens to men who don't get their bread right. When they don't get their money right, man, by the time they're 65, it's like dude said in that video. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. That's why, brothers, we have to keep focusing every single day on that bag. Every single day, you have to stay competitive, bro. You know, or you gonna take an L. You gonna struggle. Even what's his name said. What did what's his name say, man? Alpha male strategist. He was saying like, oh well, guys, if you're a guy that's making $50,000, $50,000 in a warehouse, you're gonna struggle with women. That's simple. Women got access to all the dating sites. They got access to all the Chads and Tyrones. They got access with to men who got their shit together, meaning that they can skip over, men who ain't got their shit together. You know, man, what the hell, Liam? You gotta get out of here, man. So my moderator is on standby, man. I ain't got time for no games, bro. We're not even talking about Diddy no more. Thank you. Get that guy out of here, man. The reason why it's competitive in this game, like I said, because men make it competitive. They set the standards, meaning that if it's a bunch of men going around getting money, you got to go around getting money too. And the dating market, yeah, it sucks in the West because men are competitive, bro. I'm telling you, they vicious out here in the West, man. It's competitive for the average woman. It's like highly competitive for the average woman. If a woman even got a big bum, it's highly competitive for her. Gotta have that, you gotta be somewhat competitive in this lifestyle, though. Hell, going overseas, getting a wife, bringing her back to the U.S., that's competing. You want to go, you know what you did? You want to go compete on lesser ground, man. Yeah, you want to go compete on less competitive ground, where it's not that highly competitive. You go to Thailand, it's not that competitive. You go to Africa, it's not that competitive for you. You know, you know, and never bring her back to the U.S. She will be brainwashed by feminism. That's the like risk you take because going over there to a foreign man where you can't get a job, unless you got like enough money to last you until your death, it's not gonna work staying in Thailand or in the Philippines or in Africa, wherever you are. You can't afford to have money over there. A lot of guys, they go out there and they become broke and they end up on the streets. It's one thing to be homeless in America. But it's another thing to be homeless in a foreign land where you don't know the language. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest a lot of guys bring them back. Um, if it falls apart, you got like what, 5 years of good sex out of it. You know, that's how you gotta look at it. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you got 5 years of good sex. Yeah, I suggest you to bring her back here, man. Uh, Only if like you cannot make a living in that country. You sort of said, I get why dudes bring her back over here, man. You could you could take care of them better over here, man. Unless a company you work at as a partnership overseas, that's different. If you can make a living overseas, then yeah, you can stay out there. But unless you got a pension or some type of like retirement check, you're not gonna be able to stay out there long term. And a lot of guys don't got that. So you're gonna have to take the chance of her leaving you for a Chad or a Tyrone, or getting like brainwashed by feminism. You gotta take that risk. You know, if you want coochie on a regular basis, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the risk of bringing her over here and losing her over here. I'll take the risk. Better than ending up homeless in another country, running out of money. See, there's always a seesaw effect for everything. You stay in the country, right? You run out of money. You end up homeless out there. She leaves you. You bring her back to the U.S. You take care of her, and she end up cheating on you with a Chad or a Tyrone or something. There's always a good and bad thing to doing everything. The good thing when you bring her back over here, man, you're gonna get a whole lot of nookie. You're gonna get a whole lot of nookie. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a good and bad thing. I'm telling you, like, you know, at least you don't have to worry about, becoming homeless over here if you got your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta weigh the pros and cons, man. The pros and cons to everything. It's gonna be a good thing. Uh, David is still living strong, man. Remember that? Remember remember that show with David and Annie? Well, he brought her back over here, and they still going strong. They've been married for 10 years. She didn't leave him for no Chad or no Tyrone. David is fat as hell. He done gained all kinds of weight back. And she did too. But they are doing very well for themselves financially. They selling books and stuff and cookbooks. She got cooking skills. So she wrote a cookbook and they're making money off that. And then their story is selling. You know, they put their brains together and now they own property now here in the U.S. together. This is what I've been hearing about their story, man. She's still with him after 10 years, man. Remember Annie, she loved to cook, man. You know what I'm saying? So her cookbook is doing very well, by the way. So it's the ones you bring them over here. I mean, like, damn, bro. Like, you know, and plus, man, it'd be nice to like change somebody's life. Let them come see the U.S. and stuff, man. You know, the key is to put a baby in them first. Ain't no Chad Tyrone gonna take that in. And that's what he did. You know, David, he knocked her up when he got over here. Who else? The guy that I was talking to, I forgot the name of the channel. Damn. The guy I was telling you about, when he got her over here, they had a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna leave you like that, man. And plus, let me tell you something, bro. They just don't hand out visas or they don't hand out like green cards like that. She got to be married to you for a number of years before she gets her green card. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So she can't just come over here and just say, you know what? I didn't love you anyway. I got my green card right away. I'm out of here. A lot of them don't leave you over here, especially if they're older. They've been taught a certain way, man. You know what I'm saying? They've been taught since birth to take care of you. You think she can come over here and change her ways? Nah, they don't change. You know what I'm saying? When they come over here, especially if you give them around 25, 30, they're not going to change into a feminist and shit. They've been taught by their mother and father, man, to take care of a man from birth. You know what I'm saying? You know? Just don't bring a bar girl over here or something, you know? A prostitute and shit. You know? Only if you cannot afford to live in a country. You feel what I'm saying? Only if you cannot afford to live in a country. If you got it hooked up over there, you don't have to. You can stay over there. If you got a couple of million in the bank, or you got some investments or whatever that allow you to stay over there, or online business, you can stay out there. You feel what I'm saying? But you can't stay out there, bro, if you don't have no money, man. That's why I guess David, he brought her back to the U.S. because I can provide for her in the U.S. better than I can in that country. Because when you run out of money out there, bro, it ain't no joke. You go overseas, you run out of money, that's your ass, man. You can't get a job out there, bro, unless it's a teaching job or something. I think this one guy, he got an online business, and he stays out there in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? With his Filipina wife. They got married. Some 60-year-old dude with a 21-year-old chick. You know what I'm saying? But he has an online business that allows him to stay in the Philippines long term. So that's different. If you got it hooked up like that, be my guest. Stay in the other country. But if you ain't got it hooked up like that, man, best to bring her back here, man. Boy, it got cold outside all of a sudden, man. I gotta keep on sipping on water, man, because I'm hydrated. For some reason, I'm gonna go to to sleep early tonight, man. I always go to sleep like around 9:30, 10, man. I be knocked out. So there's a risk for everything. Think about it, bro. Like a seesaw effect, man. There's bad things about staying in a country, living out there, and there's gonna be some bad things about bringing her back. Like altogether, you can't escape from the bad things anywhere you go. She could leave you for a Chad or Tyrone in her own country, bro. I've been hearing about that. A lot of women, living with some old fart or whatever, and they still got a young Thai boyfriend on the side still, giving him the money that you give her. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same shit, bro. You can't escape the bad things. But don't bring her back to the U.S., man. I said, well, there's some good things about bringing her back to the U.S. and there's some bad things about bringing her back to the U.S. There's some good things about staying inside her country and you know living there with her. There's some good things and bad things about that. The meaning that if you stay out there, it's not gonna be all good. If you bring her back, it's not gonna be all good either. You know what I'm saying? My hands are cold out there, man. All of a sudden, it just got cold for some reason. It's supposed to be summertime, man. It was 90 degrees the other day. So what I mean is solve your problem, even if it means, it not working out 5 or 10 years from now. You got to look at it like this. You got a lot of sex out of the deal. You wasn't by yourself jerking off the whole entire time. You got 5 years of good sex. You got 10 years of good sex from a young female. You gotta look at it like that. And then if that don't work out, go back and get you another one and bring another one back over. And then you'll get another 10 years of good sex. You know what I'm saying? You bring her over here, you good. You stay there, you good. Anywhere it goes, but you solving your problem. I'm talking to the lonely guys out there. He saw him, he got out there and he saw his reproductive problem. It don't matter what you do something. Take risk. No risk, no reward, man. Just in another country. What's up with the Sean Breezy? Sean Breezy in the house. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to bring her back here. And don't be scared to stay out there. Do something. That's all I gotta say, man. Do something. Better than nothing. We're a little seven. Nah, she not working tonight, man. Little seven. I do kind of look like Usher, huh? A little bit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you got to do something about your problem. Loneliness can take years off your life, man. I'm pretty sure loneliness have taken years off my life already. I probably won't make it to 80, man. I'm gonna try though. I ate a salad for dinner, so I'm laying off the burritos and stuff, man. Little seven. She ain't here today, man. She was here earlier, man. She got a boyfriend and stuff already, man. I seen him. I still be checking her out though. You know. That's why I say a lot of lonely guys, you got to do something. Get off something. That's what I mean, man. Either bringing her over here or staying in her country. It don't matter. Do something. Do something. I know what you mean. You saying you bring her over here, she'll be filled up with feminism and all that stuff. That's the risk you take when you're trying to do something about your situation. You know what I'm saying? Better than being by yourself, jerking off the porn every single day. Better than that. Then you got some type of access. You're not lonely. You got somebody to watch TV with. With a bag, you'll never experience loneliness. Yeah, exactly. That's you guys don't get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta have a bag. You gotta have a bag to move overseas. You gotta have a bag to bring her over here, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you know. Salads bring you back to life. Yeah, it's good to just lay down and have a salad for dinner, man. Something that's light in carbs. You don't want to eat a bunch of carbs all the time, man. You know, a lot of niggas are living in hell right now. Yeah, man. That's how I'm trying to get dudes to wake up. Like time is of the essence, and it's highly competitive over here in the West. What can I say? And you have to figure out ways to beat your competitors. Either staying here and getting the bag in America, or get the bag here and then take it to overseas. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you're doing something about it. You know, because loneliness is real, bro. It can kill you. Loneliness can kill you, bro. It can kill you. It could take years off of your life, man. It could take years off your life. You know, that's why I have to work hard. I have to make sure this watch right here turns into a Rolex eventually. You feel what I'm saying? Into like a $5,000 Rolex. I gotta turn that into a Rolex. So I get this bag real quick. I go overseas, man. The thing is, you can't wear no bling bling in Thailand, or you can't be out there flossing Rolexes and stuff. You'll get robbed real quick. Boy, you feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing you need to do, man. You got to figure out to do something. Either, like I said, get the bag here, stay in America, build wealth here, or take the money overseas. Get a bag here and take it overseas. Either way, you can't escape. You can't escape the bag. That's something that you ain't gonna do. That's something that you have to do. You have to get money. You have to do that. Either staying in that country, you still gotta get money. Staying over here, you can't escape money. You have to work hard and get that money, man. I don't care if you got to win a jackpot of a few million. It's something. It's better than nothing. But you can't escape the money part, bro. That's one thing you cannot escape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to wear jewelry overseas, man. Just by you being American, that's your bling bling right there. Your passport is your bling bling. That's bling bling right there. Over here, you gotta wear jewelry and shit. You gotta wear a watch to show how much money you got. or a Rolex. You know, out there you don't have to do it. Your passport is your bling bling. You know, just you being American is bling bling. And yeah, you gotta get the bag, man. And, that's what I do, man. Once I get the bag, I'm going for a 2 year vacation overseas. 2 year vacation. Budget my money, stay out there for 2 years. I'm doing something about my situation, bro. I'm not gonna sit here for the rest of my life, man. You feel me? He said 2 years overseas sounds great. Hell yeah, man. You feel me? Cause then you get a chance to relax and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? For like 2 years. Basically, you're living in paradise for 2 years with a nice view. You know, in your apartment and shit like that you rent. I'm gonna rent me the most expensive apartment I can find, bro. Especially if you got like a few million in your pocket. Let's say I got like 2 million, a 2 million bag, 2 million dollars. Man, I'll be living in paradise for like 2 years, large, with a huge condo, with a swimming pool, and a beautiful view of the city or the country or whatever or the city. My bad. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta think in your head. Like I'm going to eventually make all that shit come true, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no doubts, man. No doubts. Keep it pushing. You know, great apartments over there cost only 600 a month. Yeah, I'm gonna look for something like 1,000 a month though. I wanna live large, like $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month. I want at least 2 rooms or three. I'm gonna have freak offs overseas, like Diddy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro. I ain't like that. You know. Yeah, man, you gotta have a luxury suite, man. Make sure you stay on your P's and Q's. Stay on that back chase, man. That's what a lot of guys are like. The reason why a lot of guys are suffering is that money. And I tell you guys, eventually, eventually, if you keep chasing the bag, you will get it. And the only thing that can stop you from being lonely is the bag. I mean, look at Travis, bro. He might be doing the wrong decision. He might be, but he ain't by himself. I seen his wife. And he just married. She curvy like a mug. She curvy. You know. Thailand freak offs. Don't get the baby oil. Don't forget the baby oil, Kale. Yeah, I won't do that. I'm good. You know, just something has to be done, though, guys. We have to do something about this shit, bro. We gotta do something about this shit. because guys can't be out here by themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, getting married is better than being by yourself. Yes. Getting married and having kids is better than being lonely. You know what I'm saying? By yourself. I'd rather have a wife and kids than be lonely than be by myself. But I don't have that option right now. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't want to make it my option. I'm chasing this bag, work on myself, get the money in the bank account, and then I can start looking for a wife. You feel what I'm saying? Get the money first. The money got to come first. You guys have been, you know, programmed to think that you get the women first. Now you heard what Scarface said, man. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. In that order. You know, there's no need to be by yourself and be alone, man. I feel a lot of guys, man, out there being by themselves, don't got a woman, haven't had a relationship in a long time. Man, you gotta fight your way out of that situation. Being consistent. Just like how I won that jackpot and I got this nice watch because I was consistent with my plan. And I'm doing the same thing that got me my first jackpot. Just being consistent, consistent, consistent. Eventually you'll hit them. Boom. Hit them hard. Take the jackpot home. You know, go to the bank, deposit the money, head overseas right away. Got a huge bank account. You think I'm gonna be lonely once I get my bank account full? Never. Never. Feel me? You know? Make sure you get that money first. It's a lonely road, man, but it must be done, man. Feel me? And I ain't getting no younger, man. I'm to the point in my life where I'm looking for a wife, man. Once I get a bag, I'm definitely gonna be looking for a candidate. Yeah, I'll play around for several months, but after a while, man, it's time to start settling down and putting rings on things. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna get married myself overseas. You know what I mean? Not here though. Not in America, but overseas I am. Time to settle down, man. And if the marriage don't work out, don't get married again. Simple. But the marriage might actually work for you. You have to try it. You know, just don't get married here like Travis. Go overseas and get married. It's a lot easier for you. You know what I'm saying? Two different things. Getting married here in America and getting married overseas. That's two different things. You can't compare the two. You know? But first, we got to get the money, guys. You guys got to concentrate and focus long term. I'm okay with chasing the bag long term because eventually I know I'm gonna get it in the future. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that, and that's what you got to be okay with. If I'm chasing the bag long term, it's for a reason. So I won't spend all eternity by myself, or all eternity with sub five stalker, or females that look like her. This is female that look worse than sub five stalker. That comes to this cafe every now and then. She looked worse than sub five stalker. Matter of fact, this female was a one. Sub five stalker was a three. You know, she was a one. This female, or you're gonna be stuck with below average women for the rest of your life. That's my nightmare. I'm gonna be stuck with below average looking women for the rest of my life. Oh, you must be smoking. I'm good, baby. I'm good. What time is it? Yeah, let's get out of here, man. Let's get up out of here. Shit. All right. Damn. And my thing is, the reason why I really want to get married, because Kelcat, I'm not in the best of, health. So I need a female around, even if I'm married or if I'm not married. I need to be living with a female. It's gonna keep you around. It's gonna keep you alive longer. You know, you like Sunshine Shoulders. He gonna live longer because he's living with a woman overseas. He got a family out there. So when you got a family, you live longer. Versus being by yourself, you do stupid stuff like drink every night. The cope with everything. Goddamn, it's cold. Oh, let's hurry up and get to the spot. But first, I gotta get water. Ooh. Man, it turned cold just for no reason. Bruh, it was hot like 2 days in a row, and now it done gotten cold. Shit, I could barely speak. Oh. But like I said, man, if you got any type of health issues, you might want to have a woman live with you, you know what I'm saying, long term, get married or overseas, or just live with her, have her live with you. You don't have to get married if you don't want to. Some motherfuckers don't want to get married, not even overseas. But you got to do something.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers, they go overseas and they don't want to get married over there either. Dude, I'm not getting married, period. And that's what I heard. Was it Chocolate Man in Thailand? He said he'll never get married ever again. And that's it. It didn't work out for him. You know, but it's your choice. But the thing is, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, you know, about your situation. You feel me?
Wait.
Like, don't sit there and let many years go by and be alone. I'm talking to the guys who struggle, period, getting women. I ain't talking about like average guys who can get like sub 5 women. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about dudes who just can't get women at all. Like sub 5 dudes. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see Travis, what's his name? He had to become a football player to get that type of woman right there. Because that woman is beautiful. I looked at him again. I thought he was a handsome dude, no homo. But yeah, I thought he was like at least a 6 or a 7 or something like that. And I looked at the picture again. I was like, oh no, Travis, he below average looking. This is the disaster about to happen in the next couple of years, man. She gonna be like, I can't take this no more. I want a divorce. Boy, that's half of your assets, half of everything that you own going to her. Don't be a fool. I pity a fool. Like Mr. T, I pity a fool. Don't be a fool now like that. Don't get married in the matrix. That's what you don't want to do. Overseas, fine. The laws are different out there. You can't get everything that you got. You feel what I'm saying? Don't marry a woman that's way too pretty. That's going to end up in disaster. You feel what I'm saying? Right, sorry guys, I can't really talk. It's cold out here. You know, don't. She can't be too pretty. She can't be an 8, 9, or a 10. Fuck that, bro. Those are for the streets. 8, 9s, and 10s are for the streets. Get a woman that's a 6 or a 7, and you good. All she need to do is have my dick stand. That's it. That's all I need her. And she can't be below average looking. No, I'm not bringing in below average looking kids, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not bringing no below average looking kids in the world. She got to be at least a 6 or a 7. And I'm fine with that. I don't need 8, 9s, and 10s. You feel what I'm saying? You screw them and toss them to the side. They're for the streets. There's so many dudes after them, man. You know what I'm saying? Who want to deal with that anyway? Even if you're a rich guy, you still got to compete with other rich men. You know what I'm saying? There's other rich men around you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't got to compete with the Chads and Tyrones. So even if you're rich, the 8, 9s, and 10s are it's still competitive for them. You know? But the one thing I say, man, don't be lonely. Don't be by yourself. Don't be by yourself. That's the only thing my main point is, man. Don't be by yourself. Work on getting that bag so you won't be by yourself. There ain't no escape from the bag, man. Ain't no escape. Some dudes, they never got the bag. They 60 years old already. It's about, I'm 60 years old and I still haven't met the love of my life. I'm like, God damn, you spent how many years on earth, bro? 60 years and you still didn't chase no bag, so you won't be lonely? Man, you are done for. Once you get 60, it's over for you. You know, I don't see no 60-year-old dude out there chasing bags, man. I think once a guy get to be 60, 65, he gonna pretty much die broke. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna change. First of all, you gotta have the go-getter spirit to like even get a bag, and you gotta have confidence, and you gotta have you gotta have self-motivation. You gotta motivate your own self. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta have a desire. You gotta have a desire. Sorry guys, my words are fucked up because it's cold, man. You gotta have a desire to have the bag, and then you gotta know that you ain't shit out the bag. So you gotta go with that, man. You gotta go off your own energy. You feel what I'm saying? Even if I go overseas, I still gotta have a bag. I can't escape not having a bag, man. Nowhere. Definitely in America. There's no escape. You have to have a bag. It's just overseas, all you need is a smaller bag. You know, over here, you need a multi-million-dollar bag. Over there, you just need a few million, and you good. That's I mean, I can't even talk, bro. I'm fucking, it's cold. So it's, you know, you gotta understand that, you know, it all starts with change, man. You know, Kelcat slowing down on the drinking because I'm tired of being overweight. You know, I got other health problems and stuff like that. I want to last. You know, I want to live longer. You know, especially if I choose to have a family. So I gotta eat healthier and be on the bag chase so I can live longer and see my kids at least get to be 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know, whew, it is cold. You know, whew, man. What's up, man? It turned cold all of a sudden out there. Waiting is the worst. For now. I got me an Advil PM, so I don't need that. How you doing tonight, man? Listen.
How are you doing?
Good, surviving.
Anything else?
I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Have a nice evening.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
The main thing is get off your ass and do something about your situation. And if you're a guy like me that's around average and then all you getting is low bottom bitches and bottom of the barrel women, You know, keep on the bag chase, bro. You know, keep on the bag chase, and eventually we'll get it. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? You know, get the bag chase. Always have a positive mindset when facing the bag. Everything got to be positive. You feel what I'm saying? No negativity, bro. Just all positive thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we got to do, bro. We got to stay positive on these journeys, man. Stay positive on this journey. You know. You know. I don't know. The guy he's playing some Indian music. You feel me? I don't know. You know. You know. But I'm saying it's like you gotta make sure, you know, that every day that you wake up, you know, that you're on the bag chase. That's how we gonna get things done, man. You feel what I'm saying? You keep chasing until you get it. That's all. That's the key, man. It don't matter how many months or years go by, you keep chasing it. Same mindset. You feel what I'm saying? You have to want it more than anything in the world, really. Take a step back from dating or do what you gotta do. You know, do what you gotta do. Take a step back. Because you can't do both. You can't date and, you know, you can't date and stay overseas at the same time. Or you can't date and chase the bag at the same time, man. You gotta give up one. Either you're gonna chase women or you're gonna chase the bag. So women can chase you. Because you'll never, ever be lonely once you get the bag. You know? Never be lonely. You'll always have a woman by your side, bro. That's the key. You know? All these guys over there, man, in the music industry, the dudes who had success, they'll never be without a woman, bro. It's the average guys who struggle. Nah, you gotta come out of that. Keep chasing. Be a go-getter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that bag will be yours. Okay, made it back to the spot. Oh, I forgot, I left my water here. I didn't drink not one drink tonight. I'm good. I was tempted to get a drink too, man, but I was like, nope. We breaking that habit. We are breaking that habit. Whew. Back to the spot. Oh, God. Back to the spot. Got to lay it down. Who gonna send me? Who gonna send me some money? I don't have that stuff up right now, man. Thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate it. But I don't have that yet right now, man. I don't have it yet. Oh my God, feet is kicking. Doing all that walking. Doing all that walking. It's workout day tomorrow. Workout day tomorrow. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I don't have any links right now. I don't have a bank account right now, man. Uh, uh, lay it down, bro. Oh, oh, oh. So tired. Just lay it down, man. I'm just saying, man. It's a struggle to get the bag, man. It's all worth it in the end. I don't want this broken, dusty life to last a lifetime. You feel what I'm saying? And if you change, man, you change your ways, man, I guarantee you'll be rich. The only reason dudes not rich and they ain't got the bag is because they don't want to change. I don't want to reach to be 60 and don't have anything. You feel what I'm saying? You got to change, man. That's all it is. It's change. Change is good for everybody, man. Especially if there's some benefits that come with it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I'm gonna end this live. Probably get some sleep and shit. You feel me? I saw Shorty Pants tonight, man. She saw that I lost weight. I could tell she was talking to me more and everything. Shorty Pants, she be off and on with me, man, because I be up and down with my weight, and I could tell. You feel me? When I gain weight, she don't really want to talk to me much. But when I'm at a lower body fat percentage, she give me a lot more talk. So that's what I want, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I come to change stuff. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you know. So we're gonna have some matching Porsches. Yeah, man. My Porsche is gonna be white though, or red. It's gonna be white or red. I don't know about blue though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about blue. It's gonna be white or red, man. My thing is do something about your situation, and I tell people this all the time, man. If you don't do anything about if you don't do anything about your situation, you could be in it for a lifetime. Just like that guy in you know in Savvy Guy's comment section, man. In one of his videos, he he um he stayed 60. He never had a girlfriend or he never met the love of his life. And I'm like, damn. Like, that means he spent his whole entire life just not changing. He spent like many years just doing the same stuff over and over again and not work harder. You gotta work harder. Who never make it out of the struggle, man. They stay in the struggle their whole entire life. They die and never make it out. When I tell you how to make it out, consistent at whatever you're doing. Stay consistent. Stay. You make things worse when you quit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, whatever dream you're going after, keep going. Stay consistent. And then something pop. You know, like I said, my first jackpot, I didn't know. That's what I'm doing now. I'm being consistent with my jackpot plan. And eventually I'm stumble upon some luck again. So that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, you stay consistent at whatever you're gonna get something out of it. Anyway, I'll be in this line. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. When I wake up, I'm tired. It's time for me to get sleep. It's already 9. I should be asleep in about 45 minutes. But I'm gonna look at some of my videos that I like to watch on YouTube at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? And take a few pills to sleep at night. So, anyway, guys, have a good day or good night wherever you are. If it's day where you at, if it's night where you at, shit, have a good one. You guys have a good night, man. I'm out, bro. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.